We live on a magnificent planet. The Earth provides air, water, food, and energy, all that is necessary for life to flourish. Nature provides us with a window with which to see far beyond human timescale and our own limited abilities. Human beings emerged in a natural paradise, and our story has been overlaid on top of the Earth's natural history. Our various unique cultural identities have grown from functional ecosystems, from biodiversity, and from the various places where we emerged. While human beings have developed ever more complex societies, these have, for the most part, not been sustainable. And sadly, we have also massively degraded the Earth's natural systems. Now, human-induced climate change is threatening the survival of life as we know it on Earth. Current human population is over 7 billion and increasing at approximately 1 billion people every 12 years. It is imperative that all people are engaged in ensuring that future generations can survive, and religious leaders especially have an extremely important role in conservation, protection, and restoration of the Earth's fundamental ecological systems. We badly need to examine our shared human identity, to discover or perhaps rediscover what we believe in. We're challenged to find out what it means to be human and how we as a species can collectively reach a higher level of fulfillment than a wasteful, unfair, and materialistic society that threatens our very survival. We know that it is possible to restore ecological function to degraded landscapes. The people who do this work are able to align their own lives with what nature is striving to accomplish, helping to heal the Earth's wounds and the human spirit. Whether we approach nature from a religious cosmology or from scientific method, one thing we should all be able to agree on is that the Earth is a miraculous place.
فالله سبحانه وتعالى خلق هذا الكون بتوازن دقيق جدا جدا. لكل ذرة من الرمال ولكل ذرة من الصخور ومن الأشجار والنباتات لها دورها في تحقيق التوازن. استمرارية الحياة على هذه البيئة، على أن على كل جيل أن يضيف إلى الأشجار والنباتات أكثر مما كانت للأجيال السابقة، لا أن يأتي الجيل فيفسد في الأرض ويقطع هذه الأمور. أخطر من ذلك وأكبر من ذلك أن الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول: إذا جاء يوم القيامة، جاءت مظاهر وعلامات الحقيقية ليوم القيامة، قد قامت القيامة، وفي يد أحدكم فسيلة، يعني أي شجرة صغيرة للغرس من النخيل. بين الله سبحانه وتعالى بأن الله خلقنا من تراب وخلقنا من طين وخلقنا من هذه الأرض، وإليها نرجع ثم ومنها أيضا نخرج تارة أخرى. فإذا نحن مرتبطون بالأرض من حيث الخلق ومن حيث العودة ومن حيث الخروج، فكيف يجوز لنا أن نؤذي هذه الأرض؟
Hima is an Arabic word. It means protection, in a way that people is part of the other nature, part of the wildlife. And we know al-Falaj in Oman, we know also the water system in Yemen, we know also in Saudi Arabia. There is the models of Hima. They found that it worked very well because people become part of the Hima system and they create really a type of relation and benefit from people and nature. 25% of Qatar is a protected area. We try to protect mangroves, protect birds. We have about 5 very important bird areas which we protected now, besides also to protect beaches, marine, all this going on. And we find now, if we're going to apply what is in the Sunnah and Quran about environment, we'll find really a solution for these days' problems.
भगवान बुद्ध र प्रकृति भनेको दुई फरक फरक कुराहरू होइनन् भन्दा पनि हुन्छ किनभने सिद्धार्थ गौतमको जन्म नै एउटा जङ्गलमा बगैँचामा जसलाई भनिन्छ लुम्बिनी उद्यानमा भएको थियो र उहाँले गृहत्याग गरिसकेपछि ज्ञानको लागि जति पनि समय बिताउनु भयो जङ्गलमै बिताउनु भयो एउटा रुखमुनि बिताउनु भयो र अन्तत्वगत्वा यो बुद्ध गयामा एउटा रुखको मुनि उहाँले बोधि ज्ञान प्राप्त गर्नुभयो। त्यसको अलावा पनि उहाँले उहाँको शिक्षामा सर्वप्रथम आउँछ प्राणीहरूले हिंसा नगर्नु भन्ने शिक्षा आउँछ। यो हिंसा नगर्नु भन्दा साथै यसले अर्काको जीवनलाई रक्षा दिनु, अर्काको जीवनलाई मान्यता दिनु, सम्मान गर्नु र त्यसको रक्षा गर्नु भन्ने अर्थ आउँदछ। त्यसमा ह्युमन इन्ट्रेस्ट लेस र यो संसारको इन्ट्रेस्टलाई हामीले बढी ध्यान दिनु पर्दछ भन्ने भगवान बुद्धको उपदेश पाइन्छ। यो अहिलेको समयमा यो इन्भाइरोमेन्टल क्राइसिस हरू कसरी आए त भन्दाखेरि यसको मूल कारक तत्त्व भनेको यो ह्युमन माइन्ड हो। यदि हामी मानव जातिले हामी नै मात्रै यो संसारको सबभन्दा बलियो प्राणी हौं, चेतनशील प्राणी हौं भनेर भन्न छोडेर हामी सबैको लागि हामी चेतनशील प्राणी भएको हुनाले हामीले सबैको हक हितको रक्षा गर्नु पर्दछ भन्ने नारा बोक्न आवश्यक छ। यो नारा बोक्न सकेकोमा मात्रै अनि यी पर्यावरणका समस्यालाई समाधान गर्न सकिन्छ।
आज जिस जगह पर अपन बैठे हुए हैं ये जगह मतलब जो अपने 20 साल पहले जो ये ज़मीन जैसे समतल थी वो शायद आज जो हरा भरा दिख रहा था वो पहले ऐसा नहीं था। पेड़ पौधे लगने के बाद ये जो आज 10 या 15 साल पहले जो लोग यहाँ के लोग रहते थे वो बाहर भी जाते थे जानवरों को चराने के लिए। सभी लोग बाहर जाने के पास में जाने के लिए उनको अपने परिवार समेत एक तो फ़ोन वाला बंद कर दो भाई।
जाने अपनी माँ ने अपन को पैदा किया और माँ को कोई दुख होता तो बेटे को दुख होता ही है। ये धरती माता भी हमारे को जन्म दी, इस पर हम रह रहे हैं और आने वाली औलाद भी इसी पे रहे। अगर इस चीज़ ने जो आप गाँव मिल रहे हो, जमीन को गाँव मिल रहे हो तो अपनी माता को गाँव दे रहा है, माता के नुकसान हो रहा है। उसी ढंग से ये हमारी माता है, हमारा फर्ज बने कि इसकी रक्षा करना और चाहे कुछ भी हो रक्षा के अलावा कुछ नहीं।
यहाँ पे जो खनन हो रहा है ना सबसे बड़ी समस्या ये है कि यहाँ की जो ये सिवाय जमीन खत्म हो गई और दूसरी इसके आसपास में जो पेड़ पौधे लगे हुए हैं।
चल संपत्ति गांव की होती है भी नुकसान एक आदमी वो इनकम ले जाए हजारों आदमी नुकसान दे रहे हो। अगर भी चीज आप न रोका तो 1000 तो नुकसान में रहो, एक आदमी फायदा में ले रहे। पास के गाँवों को जोड़ो कि भाई एक तो निस्वार्थ तो स्वयं की इच्छा पे जो आप जो संगठन बनान काम करो तो लंबो समय तक चाले। एक स्वार्थों संगठन बनाओ तो आज को दिन चाले शाम का ही खत्म हो जाए।
The Tao, the way, always changing, and yet somehow also always the same. offers a glimpse of a dynamic equilibrium. The Chinese culture long ago developed a deep philosophical awareness of nature. Ancient Chinese thought explains human society emerging from the 5 elements: earth, water, wind, fire, and metal. The classics taught that balanced male and female energy, the principles of yin and yang, the continuous reverence for all ancestors, and the working for the betterment of future generations is the pathway to wisdom and a harmonious life. From these principles come a system for encouraging adherents to achieve physical and spiritual health, the basis of Chinese medical practice, while simultaneously celebrating and protecting the Earth's naturally functioning systems.
bagira ngo tubone inkwi zo gucana kandi no kubaka kugira ngo tujye tubona ibiti byo kubakisha nko kubona imvura n'umuyaga. Umuyaga rero bakatubwira ngo iyo uhuye ntuzi ibiti nibyo bikurura imvura kugira ngo igwe.
Ishyamba ryaho ryari ishyamba rinini cyane nk'uko ubona mbese uriya musozi wa Paruwasi wari ukikijwe n'ishyamba ukazenguruka hose. Bakurikizaga uburyo bwo bega kugira isambu ya Paruwasi, ntabwo babiteraga ari ibyabo by'abaturage.
When God made the earth in 6 days, and then he rested on the 7th day, the basic concept there is that actually the earth, or the construction of the earth, was not complete. There was still a little bit more to do. And in the Hebrew concept of tikkun olam, or making a difference, our task is to complete that process of the 6 days of the creation of the heaven and the earth to that little bit that was left over, which is for man to do.
I'm a member of the Potawatomi Nation. Our original homelands were in the forests of the Great Lakes, and then of course by history we were removed to Oklahoma, which is where my band lives today. The elders used to say that you could learn a lot from listening to water. It will tell you what you need to know, what's happened before, and what's on the way. Long ago and to the present day, our people did not turn to sacred texts for understanding. We understood back then that wisdom lived in the land. Rich as they are, conversation, mathematics, and poetry are but human languages. And there is another language, the forgotten language of the land. Its alphabet is the elements themselves: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. The words are living beings, and its syntax is connection. There's a flow of information, a network of relationship. This is the language we have yet to learn, and the stories we must hear. Stories which are simultaneously material and spiritual. The archive of this language, the sacred text, is the land itself. In the woods there's a constant stream of data, lessons on how we might live, stories of reciprocity, stories of connection. Species far older than our own show us daily how to live, that we have to reclaim our responsibilities for living right by a place, by doing honor to our places. And to me, being indigenous to place means to live as if you drink the water here, to live as if the land feeds you, to live as if the birds sing for you in the morning, be they parrots or thrushes, and to live as if your grandchildren will live here and as if your grandparents were buried here.
The fact that humanity has the ability to restore ecosystem function on the Earth means that we have the obligation to do this. Restoring the Earth's systems provides strong therapeutic benefits for the people who practice this, the great work of our time. By placing our lives in service to restore the Earth, we daily experience how each generation of life lays down its body to nurture the next. This has been true since the beginning of time, and we must embrace this, as it is our destiny as well.